Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Peter. I'm joined here by Melissa, and today we're presenting on behalf of the Sound Planning Studio team with Nadine and Santiago cheering us on from the audience. So right now, we are in the heart of a concrete jungle that's downtown Vancouver. But for the next bit, allow us to teleport you all to a whole different planning context that is the Gambier Island. So where exactly is Gambier? Gambier Island lies just 30 kilometers from where we are right now. It is located just in the Howe Sound region between Horseshoe Bay and Sunshine Coast. There are numerous communities scattered across the island, and residents describe life on Gambier as quote unquote paradise on earth. Yet the island has distinctive challenges stemming from its unique geography and community fabric. These include mountain ranges that physically and socially separate communities, limited infrastructure and servicing, an aging demographic, and all of which are compounded by climate change hazards. So now to catch a glimpse into what life on Gambier is like, let's step into the shoes of two Gambier residents. First, there's Ash, who lives in the Southwest Peninsula, also the biggest community cluster on Gambier Island. And then there is Dawn, who lives in one of the boat access only subdivisions on Gambier. Now, when it comes to everyday mobility, Ash from the Southwest can get to Gambier by taking the public ferry from Horseshoe Bay with a connection on Langdale. Dawn, on the other hand, will have to rely on either her private boat or charter a water taxi to reach her home. Now, comparing their home energy source, Ash is connected to BC Hydro Servicing. Dawn, on the other hand, relies on solar panels to generate electricity for her daily, everyday use. To prepare for fire risks during the hot and dry summer season, Ash's community recently crowdsourced a fire truck, and it's now looking to organize a volunteer firefighting department. Dawn, on the other hand, is concerned about operating the heavy water pump system in the event of a sizable fire. She is now advocating for a professional firefighting service in her community. Given this context, Ash is more likely to live on Gambier year-round, whereas Dawn is more likely to have a secondary residence on Gambier. So this is Gambier, a beautiful island beloved by so many. Yet there are these everyday challenges that will only be made worse by climate change. But we learned through this project that there is potential for planning and community organizing to make a difference. I'll now pass this off to Melissa, who will walk us through our project framing and key learnings.
So throughout this project, the sound planning team sought to understand the challenges facing Gambier Island residents, identify the most pressing issues affecting livability, and develop a pathway forward for addressing and improving these issues. But first, we needed to understand what livability meant to the residents on Gambier Island. A survey was conducted in summer 2023, and we had an overwhelming response rate of over 90% across all communities on the island. Based on the survey, our focus narrowed to 5 key areas: fire safety, emergency planning, waste management, ferry servicing, and evacuation planning. A large focus of our project was community engagement, and it was an essential step in truly understanding the context of these issues on the ground. We looked to the residents in various communities, both in the Southwest Peninsula as well as in the remote off-grid areas, to tell us how they envisioned a better support system for these issues, what resources and assets they currently had, and what the biggest gaps and challenges were. We were very fortunate to have been welcomed so warmly by all the communities we connected with throughout this project. And through these conversations, we were able to gain key insights that allowed us to map next steps, as well as critical learnings on why some of these issues may have been difficult to address thus far. Mapping out 34 action items for these priorities, we categorized them by strategic planning, grants and funding, education, capacity building, and infrastructure and services, differentiating between quick start and complex actions. Throughout this project, we learned invaluable lessons that we are confident our partner, the Gambier Island Community Association, will be able to leverage to pave the way forward on addressing these issues. For example, community capacity building is essential, and it's through the culture of neighborly support and volunteerism that the residents of these Gambier Island communities are able to maintain their spaces and ensure their safety and security. There are real limitations to the amount of governance support that Gambier can receive due to the island's unique geography, population size, and growth potential, which makes community capacity building that much more vital to their resilience to these issues. Additionally, we learned that every focus issue of this project involves sustainability and stewardship. a consideration that residents believe should be foundational to planning for livability on Gambier Island. Ultimately, our interactions, survey findings, and research underscored the residents' unwavering commitment to resilience, safety, community, and preserving the island's natural beauty. These values will guide every effort aimed at enhancing livability on Gambier Island moving forward. Thank you.